Hey everybody, this is TonTon here, and you know the poor guy, the Bumblebee duplicate. Today I present to you the Studio Series Cliffjumper, and this is especially his looks from the movie Bumblebee, and this is his Cybertronian mode. So let's first have a look at the box, and straight out this is a red Bumblebee to me. The box art shows that really well, but then of course the face sculpt is lighter, has a lighter paint, so I'm gonna go into that later. But then here we have his stupid Bumblebee fingers. I hate this type of finger. It just looks dumb for me. And why the fuck is 4 fingers? That is stupid. Turn him around. And this is all we got. Some picture of him as well. Onto the back. And here we have his Cybertronian car mode. And this is Cliffjumper with his blaster. So my prediction here is gonna be like this. They're gonna release this figure in a yellow color scheme and call it as Bumblebee. But then it's gonna give him the 2 guns in the movie in the vehicle mode. And then let's crack the box open. Cracking Cliffjumper out of the box, here's what we got. First we got a backdrop. This is the Cybertronian last stand scene. As you can see, there's a lot of barrier for cover. This is the scene where the Autobots flee away. And then we got a book. I want to show you the book. This is the normal instruction of transforming these figures. So, but to be honest with you guys, this is the direct descendant of the off-road Bumblebee, so you can actually, if you got that figure, then you would know how to transform this guy. And that will be it. And then moving on, we got Cliffjumper, and of course his accessories is the cannon. So this is the same cannon as the off-road Bumblebee, but this is got painted in a really nice silver paint. I guess this guy's a sub-character, so they must upgrade him a little bit here and there so people would actually buy him. So let's get to the figure itself. So here we have Cliffjumper, and the first impression that I got for this guy is the lack of paint. Because he's only red and black, so there won't be any paint apps that is truly necessary. Except for some highlight section like the arms. As you can see, he's got painted arms in a really nice color. And the feet is painted too, I suppose. And this section are painted black. Other than that, I don't see any paint except for the face. This head sculpt is really nice. It differs from Bumblebee. As you can see, a more mature like looking Bumblebee with a really nice silver painted and blue eyes. I really enjoy this head sculpt, and it's nice. It is nice to me. Some other detail is that the flex chest, this is clearly the same mechanical as the Bumblebee off-road. And other than that, you got some new leg parts. And I think that this is really nice, but then they're gonna do the same thing and copy it onto the Cybertronian Bumblebee and just make it yellow. That is what happened. And the one thing I don't like about this guy is he got a massive back. Turn him around and you can see this is a massive kibbles. The reason for this is that when they first make the off-road Bumblebee, he's a roofless, topless vehicle, an off-road Jeep, but this is a full car, so of course there's gonna be cables. But then this cable creates the chance for actual weapon storage. As you can see over here, you can actually plug gun and store it up to here. It is quite nice. He has some weapon storage. And one thing I like about this guy better than the old Bumblebee is that the size of the wheels. As you can see, since the wheels here are smaller and they have some color on there as well, which is pretty nice. There is look more on scale and more balanced towards the big and chunky wheels of the Studio Series. Sometimes news doesn't always mean better. So the legs is got this armor piece, which is really interesting, and I dig that details. But other than that, as you can see, the new armor parts here, it is a very loose, and because it's only a very small tab, so it doesn't able to hold up a whole piece of armor. But if you let him just standing still, that would be a problem. But posing this guy will be a pain in the ass with this loose and not solid piece of connection. Accessory wise, he only came with a blaster, which I have introduced you, and it is the same attached as the off-road Bumblebee. Just plug it onto the right hand, and to me it looks nice. It has got some dimension onto it because of the silver paint on the tips, and it goes really well with the red color as well. Now let's get right to articulation, since this guy doesn't have any hands articulation. The same as Bumblebee, he still got that stupid same neck joint, which is hollow, so he actually look kind of dumb, and that is a really good neck. That is a really good looks up onto the guy, and he can do a full rotation like that. Moving on to the arms. The arm is the same as Bumblebee. You can do a swing out like that and do a rotation. then again kind of blocks because of the wheels. So yeah, you got an elbow bend and you got a elbow swivel, just like that, and that could be it for the arms. You got a waist swivel, but it's kind of limited because of the backpack, and the legs is the same as well. Just kick to the front, kick to the back. This is a split. You got a thigh swivel over here, and you got the knee bend, and of course the feet is kind of articulated. You got some pivot and some toe bend. So that would be it. Note that because of the extra armor, so it does collide with the other parts when it moves, because this is the like 1.5 design, and I'm not too fond of it. But then articulation wise, this guy is the same as Bumblebee, so you will get more poses out of him if you want to. Me personally, I would have him kneeled and killed by dropkick. Size comparison wise, here we have Cliffjumper with Studio Series Shutter, and next to him is Optimus. And as you can see, Optimus still towers over these two guys, but then Cliffjumper seems to be the shortest. Poor guy, got chopped in half. Now let's get to transformation. Now let's begin with transformation. First, bring out the head, then fold out the chest section over here, just like with Bumblebee. Bring out this piece, collapse the two sides of the chest, like that. Then you can take out the backpack, like that, and by doing that, now you can fold down this two arm section to form the wheels over here. Bring the head back inside, and you can bring this section up. It could be the behind of the car, and we are done from now. Just after tapping this back, and now moving on here. First, you want to untap this. If you notice, we're really loose connection, and bring it down here. Tap it in, and then bring out the wheels just like with the off-road. There we go. And of course this is the feet, just bend it in and you are done. And now repeat. This arm here can now fold inside. And then tap it back in to secure it. And just tap these two pieces together. And now for this, you're just gonna unfold the whole thing and just collapse it down onto the cars. And then of course there's some weapon storage option. You can take the gun and store it here. I really always appreciate weapon storage, just like that. Just let me tighten him up, and we're done. After transforming this guy, this is the result, and I must say this is a vehicle that really inspired from the War for Cybertron and For Cybertron game. This design is really similar to what we have seen in that game, and there's nothing too much to say about this because, like I always say with Cybertronian Alternate Mode, they can do whatever they like and we will know. So what does this cut in special? I really enjoyed this clear pace over here. That is a really highlight from the old red color scheme. And if you look closely with the feet, it's actually the feet is a clear part and they just paint on it, which is really nice. Other than that, there's nothing too much to say about this mode here, except that it's a Cybertronian Sport Alternate Mode, I think. I think the best way to compare this guy is to compare him to Off-Road Bumblebee. So here he is. So it is funny because that they both have the similar height, but then somehow Cliffjumper, after transforming, he is longer than Bumblebee, mean for a quite amount. And so yeah, I'm quite curious about that. Other than that, I would prefer Cliffjumper looks this time, because think of this as a yellow Bumblebee and with the two guns. Imagine they're gonna release this guy as Bumblebee and have two guns on the top. That would be really cool, and I cannot wait for it. And the funny thing is, if you flip them around, you will see that they have the opposite ways of transformation. Like for Bumblebee, the head section will become the front of the vehicle, but to Cliffjumper, that will become the back of the vehicle. So it's quite interesting that they change things here and there. And other than that, I think that is pretty much all I got about Cliffjumper today. So I think size comparison time. Size comparison. Here we have Cliffjumper next to Shutter and next to Optimus. I think the scale is a little bit off here because somehow, you know, a jet is only a similar size to a car, which is quite frustrating. So that concludes my video about Studio Series Cliffjumper. So what do you guys think of him? Let me know in the comment section below, and follow my Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell. And if you feel like you can help me with the future figures, feel free to buy me a coffee at the link below. I'd really appreciate your help. Or else, if you are the new guy here, welcome to my channel. TonTon out.